Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ron Sally, the broker of record of Remax Millennium Real Estate. Sitting beside me is the exceptional Mr. Kash Pashootan, the CEO of EMBLEM Developments. Kash, my first big question I have for you is EMBLEM has established a reputation for a distinct developer that is coming up with incredible developments and really setting the benchmark for other people to follow. Can you sort of tell us a little bit about the vision of EMBLEM?
Thanks, Ron. Sure. For us at EMBLEM, we really spend a lot of time on design. And when we talk about that, it's how the floor plan, how the suites lay out. We measure, for example, what percentage of the unit is hallway space. We know no one can use their hallway space. So we spend a lot of time focusing on making sure every inch that our buyers pay for that unit they can use. And that mindset expands into all facets of the building, amenities, the inside, the outside. And once you have that focus and obsession on design, to really complete that thesis, you have to combine it with an investment in quality materials, timeless materials, materials that will age well. And then that's the second part of how we put a project together. So with all of our projects, with Arte as well, that two-pronged approach has been put in place.
Amazing. Now, we had the launch of Artform last year, which was a successful development, and you really set the tone for what's to come in Mississauga. So the first question I have for you is, with Artform's success, now following Arte, what's the major difference between both of the buildings?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at EMBLEM's product, EMBLEM's design, you can see that it looks and feels different than what's out there. And a lot of that's just who we are. We're very creative, we love design, we're passionate about creating spaces that don't feel like just another condo building. And whether you're buying it as an end user or you're an investor, we believe that distinction is very valuable, because if you're going to live in it, you'll enjoy it. If you're buying it as an investment, it'll be that much more appealing to a tenant. With this building, what we've done is we've brought some of the same formula that's made our other projects very successful, which is efficient floor plans, how things are laid out. What's different here, though, is we've been able to really take it to the next level with the amenity space. So we have more amenity space that we have had in the past.
Wow.
We've been very intentional about how we've designed the amenity space. And what I mean by that is, with what's happened over the last year and a half, more than ever, we all realize that to be able to experience our home in an outdoor setting is very important. So all of the units will have a balcony or a terrace, but even more important is that we've looked at what are the most used amenity spaces in a condominium, and we've replicated them to not only have them on the inside, but on the outside of the building as well. So we will have a full outdoor fitness studio, outdoor private dining rooms, outdoor co-working spaces with presentation screens built in so we can work together and collaborate in an outdoor setting. And we will have an outdoor rooftop bar for socializing and entertaining friends and family. So everything that you could do inside that buyers really enjoy to do, they can continue to do that, but our expansive amenity package will also allow them to do that all outside as well.
And personally speaking, I would say amenities are the most integral part of a building, because that's what people use the most, and having entertainment spaces is also incredible as well. You have set the tone in Mississauga, and I want to ask you, we know we've spoken about it multiple times, can you share with our viewers why Mississauga and what's happening and what it means for the location where Arte is?
Yeah, so when you look at Arte and the location of where it is in Cooksville, and you look at other neighborhoods in Toronto and surrounding areas, you can really see the pattern of how this location is going to appreciate. And what I mean by that is you have everything that you would need to have to form a perfect investment thesis. You have location in the sense that shopping and restaurants all very close. You're a few blocks south of Square One. So anything you need, you do not even need to leave this downtown Mississauga location. But at the same time, you have the peace and quiet of a very residential setting, because those amenities, although they're very close, those restaurants and the shopping are very close, it's still far enough away where you can enjoy the parks and a quiet lifestyle, which is what you may want on a Sunday afternoon. Transit is the second part of this, right? And many developers, including EMBLEM, talk about the importance of transit and being connected. And what's interesting here is, unlike some others, not only do we have one major transit line going to this building, but Arte will have two major transit lines within steps. Less than a 2-minute walk, you will have the LRT and you will have the BRT. So it's not only about having transit, but it's also about having choice in which transit you use, and Arte residents will feature all of that.
Amazing. Now we have the Central Square One district. Now this falls in the Cooksville region and it's considered the downtown of Mississauga. So what's happening in the future? How do the next 10, 15 years look like in the downtown Mississauga corridor?
You know, it's interesting. Mississauga is the first major suburb of Toronto.
Yeah.
And so it has first mover advantage. The fact that we've seen growth in suburb markets, Mississauga has benefited most from that because they were the first major suburb. And so when you look at downtown Mississauga over the next 10 years, it's really going to feel a lot like downtown Toronto. Simply put, commitment that developers have made to building quality high-rise building right at the Square One center. That starts this whole domino effect of new employment opportunities, restaurants, entertainment. So you're really seeing that perfect storm forming in the Square One area. And for Arte being so closely located to that, and buyers being able to access a unit in this building with these finishes in this standard at a reduced cost to if they were at Square One, gives you the best of both worlds. All of those amenities, but affordability. And affordability is very important when you're thinking about price appreciation.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about that. So affordability factors that are considering Mississauga, I mean, when we compare it up to Toronto or any of the other metropolitan areas, what are we looking at for the pricing strategy for this building?
Well, look, the 80% of the units are going to be in that $650,000 range. So when you look at our amenity package, you look at the efficiency of the units. What I mean by that is our goal is that our 600 square foot unit is more usable than another building's 650 square feet. It's not just square footage, it's how much time and attention there is on the design. So our amenity package, our usability of our square footage and our suite layouts, combined with the quality materials, our standard finishes, full slab backsplash and frameless showers, all of that as a package, in and at the price point we're coming in at, is very, very attractive. From an investment perspective, when you take all of that and you transplant that building and that quality in the location that's so connected with transit and close to Square One.
Amazing. Can you also touch upon some of the specifications of the buildings? How many suites are we looking at? How many floors? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so one of our most exciting achievements from a design perspective with this building is that it gives you the number of suites of a large building. And that's important because when you're sharing your condo fees, you want to share them with as many units as possible. When you're looking at an amenity package, you want the developer to be able to give you as much amenities as possible. This is all only available in large buildings with lots of suites. So there's 427 suites here. So there's lots of suites to choose from, but also from an amenity perspective, from thinking about your condo fees in the future. However, we've been able to balance that with a building that does not look like it has 427 suites. So for us, we've been very intentional about designing a building that looks and feels very boutique, but gives you the benefits of being in a larger building.
Collaborations that I've seen in the most recent times is your collaboration with Daniel Mazzoni, and he's an international renowned artist for those of you that don't know. Can you touch upon why Daniel Mazzoni and what this partnership entails with Arte?
Yeah, so again, with EMBLEM, we're creative. We love art. We love to create spaces that just feel a little different than the norm and what's out there. So collaborating with artists and the best interior designers, you know, this is all very much within the theme of how we think. Daniel is someone that I've known for close to 5 years now and love his work, collect his work. And actually he's originally from Toronto but now lives in Miami. You know, it really made sense for us to work with him because if you look at his art, he takes a classic icon and what he does is he makes it feel very modern. And so when you can put that together, classic and modern, and still make it feel very natural, that's a major accomplishment. When you think about it, that's exactly what EMBLEM does on every building. We take timeless and we combine it with modern and make it feel natural. So we're excited to be working with Daniel on this project. We've commissioned him to do an original works for this building, which is very exciting for future homeowners to have an original Daniel Mazzoni piece hanging in their building to be able to look at and enjoy every day. And that will all be part of this package. So there's demand that we're seeing that's very exciting for this project. And really, for buyers to access a unit, they will need to work with one of EMBLEM's trusted partners, and RE/MAX Millennium, of course, is a big part of that, Ron. You know, we've always appreciated working with your team, the professionalism, how much you guys care about your clients, and so this project will be no different. If you are interested in learning more about this project, Ron and his team at RE/MAX Millennium are really the source of who to call.
Thank you for saying that, Kash.